Hey, what's up YouTube? It is Captain Shock here. Today I'm gonna talk about what exactly counters phase shift and how to beat phase shift itself without actually using the FTL rig. And in the background you can see me using phase shift and the enemy cannot see you once you phase shift. So the official description is, it displaces you into another dimension, avoiding damage. Other phase players can engage you though. So if there's another player on the enemy team in phase shift and he's in the other dimension with you, he can kill you, but no one else can. But let me say, I actually love phase shift. I think it's a brilliant idea and adds another dimension, no pun intended, to the game. But as a 4KD player, everything needs to be countered in my opinion. I love things that are interesting and effective, but there should be viable counters to it. I am also a big fan of competitive gameplay and competitive esports, so I enjoy watching it and I enjoy participating in it when I can. And as we know, a balanced game is very important. The actual thing that counters phase shift is in the middle of the video, and I'll leave timestamps in the description as well. I tried and tested all different equipments in the game, all the tacticals, all the lethals, and all the rigs as well, to see what exactly counters phase shift. And there is only one thing that counters phase shift. Look how interesting this is. So I'm using thermal sight and he goes into phase shift and he disappears. Phase shift cannot be picked up by a thermal sight. And a big shout out to Dak Assassin 136 aka D Nasty for helping me, and Najer as well. Thank you guys. Now look how interesting this is. I'm actually using the black hole grenade and it's not doing anything to the phase shift, and in my opinion this should counter phase shift, but it doesn't. So far the portable radar, the grenades, the trip mines, the seeker grenades, the blackout grenades aka the EMP doesn't do anything against the phase shift. I tested it multiple times in multiple different scenarios, and it makes sense to avoid the trip mines if you phase shift and to avoid grenades as well. Look at that, I even damaged them before they went in, but when they immediately phase shift, nothing happened, they survived it. But it does make sense for the black hole projector to counter the phase shift, but it doesn't at the moment, which is why they should fix this. You actually earn phase shift quite quickly as well, which makes it even more deadly. Here I am using the Phantom's Pulsar ability, but it doesn't pick them up. Even if I pulse them before they enter the phase shift, it does not continue picking them up. And they are not wearing cold-blooded, hardwired or blind eye, nothing like that. Now watch it again. So they're ready, they're waiting, and I'm going to pulse them. And when I do, you will see there are no outlines at all, no indications of where they are. Now I'm using Striker's Vortex gun, and in my opinion this should also counter phase shift as well, but it doesn't. I tried it multiple times, but I had to edit the video just to condense it a bit so the video doesn't be too long. In my opinion, what they can do for the phase shift is make the black hole projector and the vortex gun from the Striker's specialist be able to counter it, and or lengthen the time it takes to earn the FTL phase shift. I know some people may say, well, why don't you use it if it's that good? Well, I did, and I got a nuclear with it not too long after. So I left in the interesting parts of the testing. So I'm using the Striker's micro turret, and you can see it does not even pick them up in the phase shift. Even a Merc shield doesn't do anything against it. So here comes the part you guys are waiting for. The only thing in the game that counters the phase shift is heightened senses from the Phantom's trait abilities. And I've tested every single thing, every piece of equipment, lethals and rigs, and this is the only thing besides phase shifting yourself that counters phase shift. So what the heightened senses does, it alerts you if someone's phase shifting and moving around you in your vicinity. It gives off an audible beep, as you can tell in the video. Listen out. Isn't that very interesting? Wow, that's the only thing that counters it or detects it. So at least if you hear that beep, you know they're around you and you can get ready or be ready to engage them. I do believe heightened senses need a buff though, in particular towards the phase shift as well. It seems strange that's the only thing you can counter the phase shift with. I mean, if you're using the claw or the equalizer, you can't be countered easily by getting outplayed by a good opponent. However, if the opponent phase shifts, then you have to phase shift yourself to get into that dimension with him or her and then engage the target from there. Or you can use heightened senses to give you a slight heads up. Now I tested heightened senses thoroughly against the phase shift and you can tell the direction where they are heading by using heightened senses when they phase shift. So you can tell if they're to the left or to the right of you, which at least is a counter and a help towards surviving against the phase shift. Now like I said, I do like phase shift. I think it's a very nice idea in the game, but they need to balance it just a bit and they need to increase the time it takes to earn it. Now you may be asking, what if the enemy is wearing dead silence while they're using phase shift? What happens? Can you still pick them up with heightened senses? Well, in fact, you can still pick them up even if they wear dead silence. So it doesn't matter if they were in dead silence or not when they phase shift. It does not matter, you will pick them up with heightened senses. Just make sure to listen out. Even if they're wall running, you can still pick them up. So what if you're not wearing heightened senses? Can you hear footsteps? Well, you really can't, in my opinion. I cannot hear them when they phase shift. I cannot hear their footsteps. I can hear their footsteps before they phase shift, but when they do phase shift, I cannot hear them. And that's without heightened senses. So as of right now, if you're playing against a quite annoying phase shift user, an opponent, then do equip heightened senses to try and counter him and you will be able to outplay him if you listen out properly. You can equip the phase shift yourself, but that means you would have to save it any time the opponent phase shifts, which is not really worth it, to be honest. And with heightened senses, you don't need to wait for a meter to charge fully, you can always use it anytime. And of course, you don't want to be forced to use the phase shift just to counter phase shift itself. You can see the blackout grenades and the concussion grenades not doing anything to the phase shifter. Now I'm going to show you my personal trick into beating the phase shift without phase shifting yourself. So watch, I shoot him, I turn around and I count 1, 2, 3. I turn back around and he's there, easy to kill him. The phase shift lasts around 3 seconds. So watch, shoot him, turn around, count 1, 2, 3, turn back around and he will be either in front of you or to the side of you, but he would not be behind you as long as you count it properly and time it properly. Look, once again, boom, dead. And in most cases they will run towards you if they see you, as human nature. Once again, I shoot him, I turn around, count 1, 2, 3, turn back around and he's in my sights to kill. Other scenario is if you're closer to the edge of the map, then run towards the edge of the map like this, watch. Quicker than that and put your back to the wall. So he'll be in front of you or to the side of you as always. So just keep a good lookout. So I hope everyone learned something today. Please share the video if you want to see me grow and appreciate the information. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And do leave a like if you enjoyed it. Take care.